Welcome to the Somos Sunnyside podcast, brought to you by the Office of Public Information, where we are sharing stories about the bright side of education.
Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Somos Sunnyside. That's right, we are Sunnyside, and I'm your host, the proud superintendent of the Sunnyside Unified School District, Jose Gastelum. And we're here live from Sunnyside High School. We are in the film and TV classroom of Mr. Nick Duddleston, and we also have an awesome student with us today that's going to share her experiences, and that's Marisela Wilson. So how are you guys?
Doing great, sir. Thank you so much for being here.
Marisela, how you doing?
I'm good.
Doing all right?
Yeah.
I mean, so this is you're not new to this. I mean, you're in front of those TVs,
No.
you're in front of the cameras, and it comes. I'm sure it comes natural to you. But as we're celebrating Career and Technical Education Month, we're celebrating our programs. We have a great partnership with JTED. And we're just celebrating and highlighting what we offer, as a school district, especially at our high schools, our college and career academies. There are pathways for all students, in terms of what they want their student experience to be like. It's so important that, that they have these experiences and they pursue one of these pathways so that they get a good idea of what they want to do and what they want to pursue as they graduate from our high schools. And so, as I mentioned earlier, today we're talking film and TV. So I'm going to start here with Mr. Duddleston, who needs no introduction. This guy is he's all over the Sunnyside campus, and for that matter, just helps out with a lot of events just throughout the district. And so, Mr. Duddleston, I know you're a popular guy out here, but let's tell the community, our listeners, let's tell them a little bit about you. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I'm from Tucson. I went to another high school in Tucson called Tucson High. I don't know if you've heard of it, but let's just say we
won't hold it against you.
Yes, I've been a Blue Devil now since I've been on campus since 2010. One of the things that I'm most proud of, and Mari will talk a little bit about this, but is Blue Devil News and kind of, highlighting all the amazing things that are happening here at Sunnyside. My goal is to make sure that students who might not have the opportunity to get to every event can see what's happening here on campus and can get that experience. And just knowing, hey, there's this happened last night at a sporting event, or we had a band and orchestra concert. Just making sure that, all the amazing things that are happening here at Sunnyside are out there and people can see that.
Right. So, there you have it, people. I mean, it's what you guys do an awesome job of is just highlighting students, right? Highlighting our schools, highlighting community, especially Sunnyside High School, and what it's like to be a Blue Devil. So speaking of what it's like to be a Blue Devil, I'm calling her Marisela, but I'm hearing now the name is Mari, right?
Yes.
So Mari, tell us a little bit about, why, you chose Sunnyside. What's your experience been like, in this classroom, and what do you hope to accomplish?
So I chose Sunnyside as my sisters came here, so my parents obviously would send me here to.
It's a tradition, huh?
Yeah,
Tradition, yeah.
Blue Devils in the family.
Yeah, my family's been coming here for.
No Badgers, right?
No.
Okay, good. All right.
But it's a great experience. This class, it lets you do a lot of hands-on experience, from the cameras to me. I do the behind the desk, so I'll be speaking and I'll be the host. So in Blue Devil News, it's a really fun class because you get many experience.
Yeah, so you cover a lot of events, huh? A lot of
Yeah.
things to cover. And so you're a senior, right?
Yeah,
You're a
I'm a
senior, and where'd you go to elementary? Where'd you go to middle school?
So I went to Elvira Elementary,
All
and
right,
I was
go
there
Eagles.
for my kinder through 6th grade, and I played basketball and cross country there too.
Okay.
And then from there I went to Sierra for 7th and 8th
All right.
grade.
Your Rams,
and
huh?
I was there for COVID, so
Uh-huh.
we didn't do much. And
Oh,
then
I hate talking about COVID.
once I came
Right.
here, I decided I wanted to do cross country, and I started looking at my CTE courses, and during COVID, I watched a lot of movies, so it really got me inspired to how movies are made and like what became of a movie. So
Yeah.
this class really,
You get to play with all the fun toys in this class, huh?
yeah.
Yeah, and I think what's great, and then Madi is that her passion, and she kind of came in, and students. What's great about CTE is that we offer so many awesome courses here, and the students get an opportunity. And I always tell students, whatever your passion is, whatever you want to pursue, you're still young, and as a freshman, you might not know. But what's great about CTE is that we have a class here, in our district at Sunnyside. We have different things. And on top of that, when they come in, they have a great opportunity to use some equipment that they're using in the industry. Mari's had experience doing interviews, setting up microphones. She's helped when we film graduations. And so she's been a big part of what we've done here in the last 4 years.
Yeah, I think one of the things that sticks out for me as I'm hearing you guys, just talk about the experience in film and TV here at Sunnyside is our students have choices, right? It's about student choice. It's about the student experience. And so, the families out there that are listening and the students that are listening, the community, we want a full experience for our students, So, yeah, they come, they do their 8th grade visitations, they visit the high schools, and we show them around. All students come into our freshman academies, and then once they move on from freshman academy, they choose pathways, and that's where our college and career academies come in. And so, this film and TV happens to be in the best academy, right? The business entrepreneurship, science, technology, and transportation. It's a mouthful, right? but the best academy offers a lot. And again, it's about the student experience. So talking about the student experience, tell me a little bit, Mr. Duddleston, about what courses you offer. What are the titles of the course? I'm imagining there's a beginning, intermediate, and an advanced. Is there opportunities to earn industry certification? Is there opportunities for other things? So
it's pretty easy. The best has a lot, but for film and TV 1, film and TV 2, film and TV 3.
Okay.
And then we can have some internships after that. And so the idea is students come in and they get the basics. They learn, in their introductory class, they learn how to use the equipment. They learn how to edit. They get those skills that will set them up for success. And then as we progress, then in our second year, we throw a little bit more. We start doing some live productions. We start doing some news shows. We start doing that. And then year 3 and 4, like Madi is, when she takes the reins. I mean, she can go if I say, hey, Madi, we need to go film this event in the auditorium. She can grab the equipment that she needs. She knows what we need to do. She's learned where everything needs to be set up. She knows how to plug everything in. And so really the idea behind CTE is when Marisela leaves here, she's going to have the skills, if she wants, where she can go straight to college. She'll be ahead of the game. She knows what she wants to do. If Mari wants to go out in the industry and work in the industry, she's going to be ahead of the game. Some of the equipment that we use, they're using in industry. When we stream live, we use our fancy machine, our TriCaster that helps us stream live. Mari knows how to use it. She can use those tools and go out and get a job, go out and work at K-Gun 9, go out, anywhere in the
Absolutely. It's
in the
about
community.
options, right? It's about options and opportunities, and you can have it all. Before, we would always push this piece of college readiness, and then it became college and career readiness, and so it can be both, right? And so you have the world at your fingertips here, and Madi, as you heard it here, is a Sunnyside product. She's also a student athlete. I hear you're in cross country, and what's your message to students? As students come into high school, what is your message to them?
My message to them would to just follow what they want to do in their dreams, and even if they're scared, to just try it anyways, because you're never going to get anywhere.
You'll never know if you don't try it, right?
Yeah.
So it's taking them risk and getting involved. It sounds like what you're saying, right? Get involved and and get the most out of your education, right? Because it's your experience. It's your experience. And so, I know Blue Devil News is such a popular class. It's so neat to be sitting in Mr. Duddleston's classroom here, and you see all the different movie posters. You see all these Mac computers here, where I know they do a lot of cutting of their filming, and I'm probably going to use all the wrong words, but they cut film up here to have a finished product.
Cut and paste.
Cut and paste. And speaking of Blue Devil News, we're going to give a shout out to Mr. Gastelum. He's been getting a lot of shout outs lately. I don't know, man. He's, he was one of the individuals, I believe, that started Blue Devil News back in the day, and now is our director of CTE. And Mr. Duddleston took it over, without any hesitations there, and hit the ground running. And so, I think this class, I imagine there's it's hard to get into the class as well, because a lot of students want to take the class. I mean, talk a little bit about some of the events you guys cover. I know you guys help out with like graduation. People often don't see what happens behind the scenes, right? Because they're just, conveniently, they're getting a live stream of graduation. You guys do a Blue Devil News, I imagine, like on Fridays, and you highlight, and you have like your own show. It's like watching the local news, right? You highlight main events, you're highlighting sports. So talk a little bit about that and what it takes. Probably one of the things listeners want to hear is, how do I get behind that desk? Like, how do I get on TV? How do I get on the Blue Devil News show? Because you only have enough spots for a couple people, and you can't have everybody. So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I think just the whole setup, and the idea, and what I always tell my students is, I want you to be well-rounded, right? So Marisela has excelled behind the desk, on the desk. She's one of our great anchors. But I stress that I want to make sure that she can use the camera. I want to make sure that she knows how to edit. I want to do that. And so, as students, you a lot of the time students want to be in front of the camera. This is me, and which is great. And it's just making sure that the industry now is that if Mari were to leave here and go be an anchor, she would have to know how to be in front of the camera. She'd have to know how to use the camera. She'd have to know how to edit. She'd have to do all of that, because it's become that the reporters are now the editors. They're now the camera people.
Yeah, you see that. They're carrying their own cameras, right? So they're kind of limited. So it is, as you mentioned, well-rounded. And there's so many different, responsibilities. And what I mean by responsibilities is so many jobs just to air a show, right? So it's just not the people behind the cameras, it's the people running the cameras, it's the sound, it's and a bunch of other things, because I don't know what I'm talking about here, obviously, but it's to put on a good show, it takes a village. And so we're gonna cut to a break, but don't go away, because we want to hear more from the experiences that Mari has had in this classroom, because we want our students to hear. So we'll be right back.
Sunnyside students can have it all, learning and growing to graduate college, career, and community ready. Don't believe us? Just watch. At Sunnyside Unified School District, we are preparing our graduates with real-world skills and experiences. Our graduates are leaving Sunnyside to pursue an Ivy League education, becoming collegiate-level athletes, and earning prestigious scholarships such as the Gates Millennium, Dell, and Dorrance.
So we are back. So Mari, tell us, what's been your aha moment in this classroom? What's been that moment where you has told yourself, man, I didn't think I'd ever learn that. I didn't think I'd ever have this experience. Is there a moment that sticks out where maybe you're just saying, gosh, I can't believe I'm actually doing this or putting out this type of work?
Actually, I think doing Blue Devil News, I never thought I was gonna do it. I always thought I was gonna be help behind the camera and not in front of the camera. So it's a new experience, and
that's awesome.
It's helped me become a better speaker.
Yeah, it helps you become more confident, right?
Confidence,
yeah. So I bet, are you getting noticed in classroom? Because people get all look, I saw them on TV, and we have people, and we have people like Mary Coleman, who are she's with Channel 13, live local late breaking.
There you go.
And she's a Sunnyside grad, right? Yep. And so there is careers in this. I have one of my cousin's son who took film and TV, not at this high school, but at the other high school in the district. And
great high school.
he's made a career out of it where he's working in Phoenix for a news station. So are you like signing autographs and stuff? Are people coming up to you saying, "Hey, you're"?
One.
Oh, really?
My friend actually.
Oh, yeah.
She wanted an autograph on her arm. So.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
I think what's great talking about Mari is that her athletic side is she's an amazing runner. She was one of our student athletes of the month, where she got in front of her peers, and just to see the growth from Marisela coming in as a sophomore, coming in nervous, not knowing, she got up in front of 500 of her peers at Sunnyside and gave a speech and
Absolutely.
said, I'm here. I want to thank, and she was confident. And just to see, I think the power of CTE classes is that, if it's film and TV, if it's EMS, if it's auto, we're giving the students the confidence that, to be able to go out, to be able to, sign autographs on arms and be able to be out there and talk. And I know I've seen it with Mari and advocating for herself with other teachers and just being, just being able to do that, I think is powerful.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it builds confidence for sure, right? When you're in front of that camera, I mean, you got to be prepared too. You just can't go up there and wing it, right? You gotta be prepared. Well, you can, but it'd probably be noticeable unless you're like, unless you're on Mr. Duddleston's level.
What Mari's become really, really good at is that when we do our Friday show, a lot of the times, teachers are busy and, we send an email and say, hey, we're going to have a show at 8:30. And at 8:25, we get email, hey, make sure to announce this. And I'll write it down and throw it at her.
Yeah.
And
So
I'm like,
he throws you a curveball.
I'm the producer. And then I'm like, hey, and she's like, I can't read your handwriting. I'm like, it's all right. Don't worry. You know what I'm saying. But she's been able to, again, take that, and she knows here's what we need to do confidently, and she's able to get those out. But I think that's part of it. And you face these challenges, and how do you overcome, or what are you doing? And even those little things.
Even when planned, things don't go perfect, right? And so you got to be able to, in any line of work, make adjustments on the fly and make decisions quickly and make good decisions and watch your language on the air. And I'm kidding, we won't go there. But I think one of the things is like if we had a message out there to students that are interested in the program, incoming 8th graders, 9th graders that are thinking about getting into the program, what would you share with them in terms of what would be your message to the students and families that may be interested in this?
I always just talk about the hands-on experience. Your school can be tough sometimes, and there's challenges that you face in your classes, and being able to come in and be creative, being able to have an outlet. We will do little projects where I ask the students, hey, show me how you're feeling. Take a camera and go out there. And they have to go out and kind of, process and create, and then come in and sit down at the computer and edit and really tell the story. So the big thing for us is you're going to get a lot of hands-on experience. You're going to learn what it's like to make a movie, to make, to conduct interviews, to do that stuff. But you're just going to get that hands-on experience. I know you're going to have a little fun doing it, right, Mari? We're going to, kind of enjoy what we're doing. But at the end of the day, it's like, hey, I got to go in and I made a movie today. I was able to do this. I was able to conduct an interview. We went and filmed an event, and I ran the TriCaster, those different things.
Absolutely. And so, Mari, you're telling us about, your aha moment of being one of the lead anchors of Blue Devil News, right? And so I'm sure you've had, what's been your most embarrassing moment? Has there been something on camera that just like, darn, I can't believe that happened?
Duddleston made me wear his jacket one time. Well, actually, that wasn't embarrassing.
It wasn't his Tucson High Letterman jacket.
No,
was
it wasn't.
Oh, good, because we wouldn't. I'm sure you wouldn't have worn that one.
Had to get off stage and help.
Yeah, you gotta. Sometimes I'll sit and help. Do the announcements, and then sometimes I'm like, Marty, I'll be right back. And I hop off, and she's,
Yeah.
On the
there, right,
stage.
just looking at the camera by herself.
Lights are glaring at you.
Lights are glaring.
Live,
And
just live,
Yep.
staring at the camera.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So I mean, those
That
are,
was-
the neat thing about those moments, whether they're your most embarrassing moment or whatever, your little hiccup here and there is you learn from that, right? And then I think people see you as human, right? We all make mistakes. We all make mistakes, and so, it's so good to hear that a lot of our students take this class. It's a lot of our student athletes, and it's just they're not just one track people. They want to be well-rounded individuals who take advantage of the full experience, and that's what we're seeing here. So this is an amazing program. You heard it here. You have film and TV. You have level 1, you have the intermediate, you have the advanced level, and you get to play with some cool toys. That's the cool thing about our CTE classes, our programs is you got a bunch of cool toys that you learn skill sets from that'll help you down the road. And so anything you guys want to add, anything we've left out that we want our viewers and listeners to hear? I mean, I think just coming to Sunnyside High School and I'm biased because I'm a Blue Devil myself, but I think of these classes and these amazing classes that are offered now, and man, we had some opportunities, but not all these opportunities, right? That CTE is now offering, and so I hope that our listeners out there ask questions, right? We want to educate you. We want to provide you the information so that you make good decisions as your children are moving on from 8th grade to 9th grade, and from 9th grade to one of these career academies. And so, any last thoughts? Any last questions, comments that you guys want to?
I mean, I think the power of CTE is that when you're in a career and tech education class, you're learning from people that have worked in the industry, that are still working in the industry. I mean, a lot of our teachers are still, I work television productions. Mr. Cootie, EMS, is a paramedic on the weekends. Like, you're learning from our auto mechanic teachers who have been in the industry, and that's valuable. You get that experience, and you get somebody who has been there. On top of that, you have this amazing equipment that we're able to use, that we're able to that Mari's able to get, all the students are able to get that experience. They can take out a camera and they can film what they need to and tell their story. And that's the thing, is we want to make sure we're telling the Sunnyside story, and that students get to tell their story and get to really, tell us who they are, and proud to be a Blue Devil, and really, tell that story.
So, as I'm looking around the room, it's so cool, to be in this classroom, and you have posters of just different movies, popular movies like Top Gun. You have some of these movies were probably when I was a kid, like Jaws, and so some of our students may not know what those are. You got Shrek, Spider-Man.
There you go.
And then he's got pictures of just like celebrities, got Snoop Dogg over there on the wall and Tommy Lloyd over here, but I got 2 bones to pick with you, Mr. Duddleston. I don't see a picture of me anywhere in this room, and I haven't been invited to your guys'. You're on. I mean, you're on the wall. Like, but you're important, Marty. You deserve to be on that wall. I mean, Michael Jordan's up there, and I'm not up there, and I haven't been invited to the.
I got to put you on top of Michael Jordan.
I'd like to be invited to the show one day and do a surprise. What do you call it? A surprise present, surprise guest on the show.
I mean, you could sit at the desk. You could be I'll
you
throw
could
the
be the-
announcements at you.
I might turn it into like a Saturday Night Live.
That would be great.
News update, and it would be inappropriate, but to have some fun with it. No, so it's again, I want to just, all joking aside, I want to commend you guys. You guys are doing some amazing things here, and you've heard it here, people. I mean, you want an amazing experience with film and TV, and there's different jobs. You don't have to be behind the camera, or in front of the camera. I mean, there's so many things to do in this industry, so many skill sets to learn, and it's just a cool experience. Not only do you get your core content education, the important, pieces of content like your math, your English classes, social studies, your science classes, but you get to pick these powerful electives and and you get to pick that pathway and really choose your experience, right? What do you want to get out of your education? And you should always seek to get the most out of your education. And so I want to thank you both for coming on the show. We've learned a lot about film and TV, and like I always say, parents, students, if you want to learn more, pay us a visit.
Yeah,
come
sure.
walk the hallways. Come walk the room. You got to check out the room. Most of our CT rooms, they have the classroom side of it, and in this case, you have the studio, right? So you have most classrooms will have the classroom and then the lab. This is the classroom and then the studio that where all the magic happens, in terms of the show. And so definitely want to again give you guys a big thank you for having me here and for really just educating our community and highlighting what this experience will bring in terms of film and TV. So I'll give you guys last shout outs.
I was just going to say Friday 8:30. Are you busy? You want to?
Oh man,
Blue Devil News.
I might have to come by. So
8:10 because you got to help
8:10.
set up. You got to run some wires and you got to.
Oh, I got to do the work.
Sure, yeah,
I can't
you
can't do the anchor man. Just show up.
We'll hand you the tripod, the camera. We'll set you up, and then
We'll give you the papers.
and Marty will tell you sometimes you get on and you're sweating because we've been running around getting stuff, and it's like, do I look good? I don't know. We're just gonna go.
What's the anchorman saying? Something
Stay classy.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna have the stay classy Sunnyside.
There we go.
I might end with stay classy Sunnyside, and man, I don't think I have a burgundy suit like that.
That would be
so.
Well, we might have to look for one.
I know we
That'd
will.
Be awesome. Yeah,
we will.
Marty, anything else?
No.
And Mari's very humble, but honestly, she's one of our hardest workers. And when you see an event, this next year, she's going to be there behind the scenes, running wires, setting up tripods, doing all the little stuff, as you said, that will
she
will
lets
help
the
us.
work do the talking, right?
She lets the work do the
Yes.
talking.
That's
so
it.
Well, thank you so much. Yeah, we're definitely lucky to be a part of it.
All
Yes,
right. Well,
thank
this
you.
concludes this episode of Somos Sunnyside. Hasta la próxima. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Somos Sunnyside. We hope you enjoyed the conversation and found it entertaining. If you liked what you heard, don't forget to subscribe and share our podcast with la comunidad. For updates on future episodes and more, be sure to follow us on social media and visit our website at susd12.org. We appreciate your support and can't wait to have you back for the next episode. Hasta la próxima vez en Somos Sunnyside.